So again, as you get further along, your ref brain will start to add style elements, special sauce elements, to your delivery, to your announcer's voice. Here are two of the most common ones I use that I actually referenced when we were talking in the book. So the first is this idea of a droopy call. The idea of you're going to make a call and somebody might actually be kind of sad or upset about the call. And you can actually change your style, change your intonation to reflect the fact that it's kind of a close call, but certainly the person involved is going to be super upset. So you'll hear this a lot. I'll give it a try right now. I'll see how we do. You hear this a lot maybe in softball. Somebody's just belting down the line trying to get their first hit of the season, and they're just barely out. You know, a new umpire might just say, out, 1, time, 2 down, right? But that doesn't take into account how close the play was, and doesn't take into account that there's actually a human being involved in that play. So maybe you've been talking to that batter. Oh man, I can never get a hit. Man, I stink at softball. And they're just so close. You're going to ring them up like a drill sergeant, like somebody yelling at them, be like, out at 1! Or you're going to say, out at 1. Just barely got there before the foot. That's an example of a droopy call. A droopy call kind of takes the emotion of how close a play may be and kind of puts it, into your style, into your voice. Just got him on the foot. 1 away. Here we go. Time called. 1 away. There's all kinds of elements you can use, but it's that kind of like laid back, but kind of conversational, but kind of like you're kind of almost decrescendoing, if you want to use a musical term. You're kind of giving the emotion and the style. That's part of special sauce, but it's not just special sauce by just being loud. Special sauce isn't I'm going to be loud at my volume. Special sauce is I'm going to understand that was a really close call. Out at 1, just barely got him. Here we go. Just bobbled the ball, barely incomplete. You almost hear my voice kind of going down. That's the idea of the droopy call. A second one, again, these are just stylistic ideas I use. You want to find your own special sauce. You want to borrow mine, go for it. The second call that I, again, instinctively started using and didn't even plan it out is the idea of a chuckle call. Again, the ref brain will take over if you give it the chance. The ref brain, after 50, 60, 70 games, will take over with stylistic elements of special sauce. The second stylistic idea, think about the idea of a chuckle call. A crazy call happens, a close call. You almost, again, insert that into your voice and let that be part of your call. Barely got him at 2. That's good. Second out. You almost hear the chuckle. You almost hear the laugh. Just got him on the foot. 1 away. You hear how I'm changing my voice. Again, I never planned that out. It just happened. New referees, they change their voice, but they change their voice because they're nervous about a call or because the call's so close, right? So they get really quiet and really soft. Out, got him, 1, got him on the 1 away, 1 away. And they kind of turn, like, if the call's close, that's where you want to add the emotion. You add the droopy call. Out at 1, that's 3 guys. Maybe there's a huge rally in kickball or softball. They came back, they scored 5 runs. They're 1 run down. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. And they're about, the bases are loaded, and they hit a grounder right to the pitcher, and the pitcher has an easy throw to first. Out at 1, that's 3 guys. That is ball game. That's kind of a droopy call to end the game. The team that had the huge rallies, like, oh man, we came so close. And you say, out, game, see you guys, bye, right? That's what a normal ref can do. Any ref can do that. If you want to be a social ref, can you add that? For a goofy play, just caught the line. There we go. Touchdown is good. You can insert your emotion into the call to help you sell the call. When you insert your emotion, the droopy call, the chuckle call, into the call, instead of inserting your doubts or your fears like new referees do, where they make the call quiet or soft, or we've talked about before, you hear that, that's when you're inserting your emotion. Just because the call's close doesn't mean you need to call it like it's close. Now we're getting back to reffing small and reffing big. But again, if the call's close and you insert your emotion that's really close, that's where you get the small, the quiet, the versus you hear the idea of the chuckle call where something crazy happens, where it's positive, or the droopy call when something negative happens. Both of those are stylistic special sauce elements I've added to give myself more credibility and to make sure people are actually more able to listen to my call and they actually believe it more because it seems like I'm paying attention. It seems like I'm engaged in the game. It seems like I realized how close that play was or how goofy that play was. And it seems like I'm on top of things because they can hear the call in my voice. And that's the idea of style. And that's the idea of developing your own special sauce.